Hello, everybody. It's time for Secret Spaces yet again. Here we are on Tuesday, September 13th, kicking off, giving a preview of what's coming in New York City and Medellin, two awesome upcoming conferences that we'll be attending as an ecosystem. Give us a second while we get our speakers up here, and we'll be kicking off soon. Mic check for Jay. How you doing?
Living the dream.
Awesome. Nice.
Really looking forward to next week. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Cool. And mic check for Patrick as well, who's co-hosting today. Nice. Cool. All three of us here up on stage are representing Secret Foundation. I'm Tor from the Secret Network account. Patrick and Jay here as well. Foundation will be at both of these events upcoming, as will Secret Labs, coming in from Israel to be able to attend these Americas conferences in person, which we're really excited about. Guy, the CEO of Secret Labs, will be speaking at Masari. Tor, will be speaking at Cosmoverse in Colombia. And we've got some special side events going on in both locations. So if you're going to be in one or both of those locations, amazing. This is definitely the spaces for you. We will fill you in on everything that's going down. If you're thinking about attending a secret event in the future or hosting your own event someday in the future, this is a useful spaces because you'll learn about how we approach these kinds of opportunities as an ecosystem, how we like to engage with people, to teach them about the network, about the importance of privacy to Web3, how we educate them about the agents program as well. So welcome to everybody who's joining us here today. We're going to kick off in a second. Just give us one moment here while we fill the room and make sure that we've got this announcement out. Patrick, do we have this announcement out on our channels?
Yes, it is.
Excellent. So we've got the tweet out, we've got the Telegram out, we got the Discord out to make sure people get in here. Please do us a favor and share this link around with your communities, especially if you know people who are going to be in attendance at one or more of these events. Please share this link around. Also, we have a badge claim today. You can get a secret badge for attending today's Secret Spaces. Like all Secret Spaces, they are free to mint. You can check them out. We have a pinned tweet here. Thanks to Patrick, you can go claim your first or your millionth secret badge to prove you were here, to show your support of the secret ecosystem. There's a claim code. However, you need to know the claim code if you want to claim the badge. Patrick, do you have the claim code for us?
Yeah, the claim code is Cosmoverse. Cosmoverse, Cosmoverse. And inside the private metadata of this badge is also a preview of a exclusive Cosmoverse merch item that we'll be giving out at our booth at Cosmoverse.
Oh, what? That sounds exciting.
Yeah.
Claim the badge in the private metadata. There's a secret for you. You'll be the first to get an early look at what's coming with us to Colombia. Again, the code is Cosmoverse, same as the name of the conference. But before we get to Cosmoverse, we're also going to talk about Masari Mainnet. So let me start by letting my friends here on the stage quickly introduce themselves, especially Jay, who is with me at the foundation. Jay, if you can give a quick 30-second introduction of yourself, your role at the foundation, and then we'll get straight into these two upcoming events and what people can expect on the ground.
Sure, absolutely, no problem. I am Jay. I'm the Director of Growth and Marketing for Secret Foundation. One of the things that I've been doing is putting on these events, or at least representing Secret Network, Secret Foundation at these live events, as well as some digital virtual summits that we have opportunities for. So I've been really helping rather in getting us set up for Masari as well as for Cosmoverse. So there's a lot of cool stuff that we're doing, both at the conferences themselves as well as after hours too. So more to come on that.
Awesome. Go ahead, Patrick.
Hey, I'm Patrick. I'm the community manager at the Secret Foundation. I have my hands on a lot of things, but in regards to these upcoming events, I've just been working on the marketing and the in-person stuff that we're going to be doing at our booths regarding merch and NFTs, and meeting all the people that are going to be there and just networking and seeing what we can do.
Sweet. Yeah, Foundation will be bringing a lot of people there. We'll have 5 in attendance from Secret Foundation, 4 in attendance from Secret Labs, and that's not to mention all the secret agents who will be with us in New York and then in Colombia following. They come from all over the world. If you are not familiar with secret agents, you can learn more about them at scrt.network/agents. And if you are very familiar with secret agents, but you haven't become one, please consider becoming a secret agent. We've done so much to improve the program. It is the best way to get involved with the network from a cold start or from like a sort of start. You get connected with incredible mentors within the community and ecosystem who can teach you how to use applications, who can teach you how to get involved with cool opportunities like hosting your own events, producing your own content for the network. You can earn rewards and reputation. You can connect with an incredible global community of privacy advocates. We really are so proud of the people who have been leading the Secret Agents program and making sure that this kind of educational material has gotten off the ground. They've done so much work to make the platform for agents just an amazing experience. Dip into at least the secret Discord if you haven't, at chat.scrt.network. You can find all the agents there, everybody in our community who's done so much work to make sure that privacy technologies in Web3 are more accessible, more usable, and more powerful for the people who need them. So with that said and out of the way, housekeeping done, agents done, let's move straight to the main event, which is Mainnet, namely Messari Mainnet. And the dates for Messari Mainnet are September 21st to 23rd. So that means by this time next week, we will be on the ground in New York City, ready to go. We are sponsors of Messari Mainnet. We will have our own booth for Secret Network. Guy will be speaking on stage. We'll have a lot of activations at the booth. We'll have some dApps in the secret ecosystem present at the conference, including the Shade Protocol team, who will be helping with our side event as well as a sponsor. We'll get into that in just a second. But we're really excited to just have our global presence solidified in New York, bringing Foundation team members from around the world, plus the Secret Labs team, the core development team of the protocol coming in from Israel. That's a really special event, really special occasion. If you drop by the secret booth, we'll be there. We'll have our swag. We'll have badges to give away. There'll be a lot of exciting things going on. So before we get into talking about our side event in New York, where we're celebrating our birthday, let's turn it over to Jay for a second. Like, you've done so much work putting our on the ground presence together for the conference itself. Like, what has it been like preparing for New York? What have we learned from like June in Austin? We had a huge presence at Austin Blockchain Week. We had, I think, close to 50 people from around the secret ecosystem. It was just massive. Basically a whole offsite for the entire ecosystem of contributors. What have we learned from June that we're applying now in New York? And what has it been like trying to plan something like this for the biggest city in the country, get all those logistics done? It's no easy feat. So let's hear it.
Sure. One of the key takeaways you already said from Austin is we did have organically so many boots on the ground, so many people from the ecosystem, secret agents that just basically just swooped in, and it was a lot of fun. It was incredible. The the intelligence was unbelievable. Everyone knew something that someone else didn't. So when people would come up to the booth, we were able to answer questions. We were able to, anywhere from VCs to creative folks who want to mint their own NFTs. So we were really able to cover all of that. And that was one of my key takeaways, that I really wanted to make sure that we took advantage of that in New York, having so many agents in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, that we could get to the conference. So we're activating from within the ecosystem to have more agents show up and kind of help out, hang out, help out, and kind of create our own offsite, on-site for these events. The way I look at it, it's a two-punch knockout. You've got one punch where you meet folks, you meet people during these conferences where you kind of talk business, but then later on in the evening, after hours, you get to hang out with these people that you've spoken to, really get to allow them to understand who we are, what we're all about, just to kind of have a drink and kick back and have a good time. And I believe that those 1-2 punches really are not only effective, but really fun. We don't take ourselves too seriously. We can't, we shouldn't. And but we are good at what we do. So it's a great entry point for people to come into Secret and understand what we are, who we are, but more importantly, that we're just like anybody else. And so for Masari, we're doing just that. I don't know if you want me to start talking about the after hours, but the booth we have, it's a great location. We're going to have a lot of foot traffic. We're going to be giving away a lot of swag at the booth each day. We've minted a unique badge for Masari that if you come to the booth, you can get this badge. We also have another unique badge minted for the party as well, celebrating our 2 years of Web3 privacy. So more to come on that. If you want me to give more color, I can, but I don't want to give away too much.
Well, I guess that means people will just have to see it for themselves. So a lot of people might be in New York, but not necessarily attending the conference. The conference is priced at a pretty high point. I know there's a lot of people from other ecosystems attending, some great builders, some great investors, just some great people. Honestly, this is always one of my favorite events every year because it's just very well organized and curated. It's at a new location this year, but I think it's going to be just as great. But probably people, as we're saying, are going to be in New York, maybe around the city and not inside the conference. We did want to make sure that there's plenty of opportunities for those people to get involved with everything Secret is doing on the ground. And there's two main things in particular that we're doing outside the conference that people can get involved with. First is an opportunity for developers where they're going to learn directly from the Secret Labs developers how to build applications on Secret Network. And then, of course, there's our second anniversary party, and that is celebrating the 2-year anniversary of privacy-preserving smart contracts having launched on Mainnet, on Secret Networks. It was the first network to do it, still the only network to have generalizable privacy-preserving smart contracts on Mainnet. Tons has been built since then. Incredible ecosystem has formed around the technology, so it's worth a party. It's worth taking one night to kind of celebrate how far we've come before talking about how far we still have left to go. Let's maybe start by talking then about the party, Jay, since I think everybody here loves a good party, and then we'll drop a little bit of information about this developer event as well, because if any developers are listening and you're curious how to get involved with building your own privacy-preserving applications, this is a very unique opportunity to learn directly from the core protocol developers themselves. But party first.
Sure.
Dessert before vegetables.
Yeah, I mean, you got to start with the party first. So, we've put together a few events since I've been with Secret Foundation, but I got to say this is going to be the most fun. We found a venue walking distance from the conference that is a legit speakeasy. Like, there is no sign out on the street. You got to walk down a flight of stairs through this hallway, alleyway, and then you get to the venue. It is a legitimate speakeasy from the 20s that we were able to find and secure, and it's so damn cool, I gotta say. And it's open to folks in the area. We'll post information on how you can get to the party. I believe Tom, our social media coordinator, has already created a Telegram channel. We'll definitely make sure we post the information for the party there, so that if you are in the area but you can't attend the conference, you could still come and hang out. But again, as I said, there's going to be some. We're minting a unique badge, a limited badge for that. When you show up, you have an opportunity to pick that up. But it's just going to be a lot of fun. We're, as Tor mentioned, Shade is going to be co-sponsoring that with us, so they're going to have a great presence. You can talk to these guys and hear about everything that they're working on. This week is super special for them, so it couldn't have been better timing for this party to happen next week. Really, it's going to be a lot of fun. That's the key. Like I said, it's a speakeasy, and there are rooms behind bookcases that you can't find. It's really cool to check out. And I think
wouldn't be a secret event if there was nothing hidden behind a bookcase.
Right on. I mean, there's legitimately, you have to find the right bookcase to push, and you get into a completely different back room with another bar and another area to hang out. But it's really very cool. We're very fortunate to find it. Not only did we find it in New York, but it's literally just a couple blocks away from the conference. So it's going to be great.
of course, it is a pretty exclusive venue. I know that it doesn't have extremely large capacity constraints. So hopefully we get a lot of people flowing through over the course of the evening. But how many RSVPs are we up to already?
Well, the capacity is roughly around 300, and we are over 600 RSVPs. But with what we did in Austin, the venue that we had there had a capacity of about 300, but we clocked over 900 people in and out of the party throughout the event. Actually, closer to 1,000. So, if you get there right away, I'm sure you can get in. It's so close to other things going on that you can stop in at any time. People come and go because there's so many other things. Not so many. There are a few other things going on that evening as well. So we're going for more than a couple hours. So if you don't get there right away, you can always stop by later on. There's always going to be a cold drink waiting for you.
Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Well, I'm excited to party. But again, as I said, there's also opportunities that happen during daytime hours. Mm-hmm. So we do have that same day a developer-focused opportunity in New York that we've been promoting as well. If you've seen the Masari side event spreadsheet, you've seen we've got 2 events listed there. One is this party, but the other is this dev-focused event that people are beginning to RSVP to. A really very rare opportunity to learn directly in person from the Secret Labs core developers, not something you often get to do unless you're co-located with them in Israel. So any devs here that are also going to be in New York, feel free to take advantage of that. I know it's kind of a stretch to say everybody in this room is going to be in New York and is a dev and will be available that day. It might be a small audience, but these always get recorded. We're going to repost them, and you may have people in your networks who are developers who will be in town or live there and are interested. Please make sure that they're aware that we've got this side event coming. We are promoting these events on our Twitter. We're going to have the Eventbrite links posted everywhere, including in our Discord, so people know how to find it. So just keep an eye out. We're going to make sure that everybody who wants to interact with the secret teams and agents that's going to be in New York gets that opportunity. In just 1 second, let's move to start talking about Cosmoverse, because I've been excited for Cosmoverse since last year's Cosmoverse in Lisbon. Let's just quickly end, Jay, by talking about what we might be doing in terms of recording media live at the conference. If there's agents who are going to be in town, dApps that are going to be in town, I know we're trying to do a lot of interviews and content. How are you thinking about producing that content like we did in Austin to be able to feature more of the secret ecosystem and the level of engagement that we routinely get at these in-person events?
Absolutely right. Absolutely. So what we did in Austin was, because we had so many people from the ecosystem there, we just took advantage of doing really quick interviews with everybody. Who are you? What are you doing? What are you up to? And so it turned into a really good series featuring not only secret agents from our ecosystem, but also people in and around. And we're going to do the same thing in New York. Tom, our social media coordinator, is going to be on the ground with a GoPro, with a phone to record things live, as well as doing stuff to the GoPro for post-production quality content. I'm also going to be there with a GoPro. So in all the free time that I have, I'll be doing what I'll walk around. We'll be able to post video of the conference, put it on our channels, all of our channels, so that people can actually see what's going on. We are going to try and do a Spaces next week. I'm not sure exactly how or what it's going to look like, but we will definitely be announcing whether we're going to be doing it or not, and what the content of that's going to be. But we're absolutely going to be recording the party as well. Actually, I've hired a crew to not only do highlights for me, but also to help me with a finished, polished video for it too, just to kind of appreciate everyone from coming and just kind of showing what we're trying to do and what we want to keep doing and moving forward. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity that if you can't make it there, you will absolutely see what we see, and hopefully experience some of the stuff that we have as well.
Awesome. Well, if anybody listening is going to be in New York, like we're saying, please make sure you make yourself known to us. Tweet at us. Get in contact in the Discord. Let the secret agents know that you're going to be there. Hopefully you guys are already secret agents and we can just reach out directly to you. Hopefully you've already RSVP'd for these side events so we get to see you. But again, we want to meet as many people as possible in the ecosystem, talk about what's coming, talk about how we can work more closely together. We love the secret community. We love what we're building together. We love the all of the progress that's being made at layer 1 and at the DApp layer. And I think we'll have secrets to share on both fronts at Masari. Right now, Shockwave Delta is scheduled for that week that we will be in New York at Masari. And we also have a lot of product launches to look forward to. I know the Shade team is launching things. I know the Stash team is launching things. The Sienna team is launching things. The Alter team is launching things, all of which we're going to get to feature. So the momentum is really building, and I feel like it's been kind of a quiet summer for people, and it's, crypto bear conditions. People aren't paying attention, but thank you guys who are here because you're clearly paying attention. You know how much things have moved forward in the last months. You know how much progress has been made. We're really excited to show it off in both of these locations, which is a good transition now to start talking about our second location, Cosmoverse, down in Medellin, Colombia, from September 26 to 28. Again, both Secret Foundation and Secret Labs sending a bunch of attendees. We won't be able to send as many people as New York, but we'll have a good chunk of people from both organizations, as well as some secret agents and some leaders of the secret agent program who will be in Medellin. There'll be a lot of activations. There'll be a speaking slot for myself at Cosmoverse like we did last year. I spoke at Cosmoverse in Lisbon in November. That was super exciting. We are sponsors. We'll have a booth area there where people can come learn more about the project. The whole IBC gang is going to be there, the whole interchain ecosystem. I know there's a lot of secrets being shared by other networks down in Medellin. There's a lot of meetings that we're taking and setting up for a lot of stakeholders from every blockchain ecosystem within the IBC universe are all coming together to talk about the next phase. You can sense that Cosmos and the interchain, that narrative is set to explode. People are understanding the value of this sovereign chain mesh model for the internet of blockchains. And they're starting to also understand how networks like Secret play into that narrative by having very clear utility within that universe, by being a privacy hub and a privacy as a service chain and having its own dedicated private by default computing ecosystem that is not only generalizable, but also composable. People are understanding that Cosmos is the foundation that's underlying all those possibilities. And we're very happy to be building in the Cosmo universe as a result, alongside some of the greatest builders in the world, inside and outside the secret ecosystem. So this has been an event that's a long time coming that we're excited for. We had a great time last year. As I said, this year, we're bringing Secret Labs along for the ride since they couldn't make it last year, and we couldn't be happier about that. So let's talk a little bit what we're doing down there then. I mean, Jay, same sort of thing. We're going to have a booth. We're going to have some side event stuff going on. There's a dev opportunity with workshops. So lay it out for us. What can people expect to see?
So we found a method to our madness that actually works. So we're going to be doing very similar things in Medellin that we did in New York. We have a booth. We've got swag. Bushi's going to be down there at our booth as well as Shade. So we definitely have some DApp presence on the floor of the conference. I do believe that there will be more than a couple secret agents in South America who are going to the conference. So we're going to have a lot of footprints there as well. You're going to be speaking, Tor. If you want to talk a little bit more about that when I'm done talking, please go ahead, because I'm not done talking. We will also have a unique badge minted for attendees there who stop by the booth. We are going to be doing something after hours. We were originally going to throw our own party, but when we realized that there were so many other competing events going on, I identified a really awesome opportunity with Loop Wallet, and we're co-sponsoring their after party. And their theme is superheroes. And so we are officially one of their superhero sponsors. It sounds goofy, but it's so cool. They actually have designed superhero costumes that two people, a man and a woman, models are going to be walking around the floor, designed costume with our secret logo. It sounds campy. It sounds like some goofy cosplay thing going on, but I'll tell you, I saw the diagram of what these costumes are going to look like. and it's kind of cool. It's very different, very unique. There's probably going to be over 1,000 people at this event, and it's really a great opportunity to partner with them. And we're very fortunate that they approached us, and we're as excited to have us part of their party as we were to be part of it. Very, very excited about that. There will be a workshop very similar to the one in New York at the conference. The only difference is that the one at Cosmoverse is actually going to be spread out over 2 days, as opposed to just a 1 day blitz of information. So if you are down there, you have an opportunity to have a little bit more, gradual flow of information, but the content's going to be very similar. They are both conferences for Mainnet and for Cosmoverse are already Eventbrites. If you want to get a ticket, if you want to participate, please DM one of us, and we can absolutely make sure you get a link to that Eventbrite to be part of it. That is the nutshell for Cosmoverse. It's very similar to what we're doing in New York, but what I really love about it is that it is Cosmos specific. And we are going to be talking to a lot of our IBC partners and really having more relevant communication. The whole idea is just for all of us to galvanize together. And I think it's a great opportunity to do that. And I really look forward to some of the future opportunities with some of the folks in the Cosmos ecosystem for other events coming up. So more to come on that. Looking forward to announcing our other upcoming events with them.
Wicked. Cool.
So Tor, what are you going to be talking? I sounded like I was shilling there. What you want to give a little bit of what you're going to be talking about down at Cosmoverse?
Sure. I mean, we're still trying to work out exactly what we want to shine the spotlight on more closely. There's so much, right? At the layer 1, at the DApp layer, we've considered like how much time we should be spending highlighting the individual builders in our ecosystem. Again, many of whom will be down with us in Medellin and before that in New York. We also, though, want to highlight the opportunity for new builders coming into the Secret ecosystem, everything that Secret is unlocking that is uniquely unlocked on Secret. There's all kinds of applications that can really only be built on Secret or leveraging Secret. And we want to highlight those. So talking a little bit about what privacy as a service might look like within the Interchain ecosystem, all the ways that you can be leveraging Secret in your stack as a builder, everything from like RNG to DAOs to gaming. There's a lot of ways to leverage Secret. So it's going to be a mix of talking about some of these layer 1 roadmap items and all the recent improvements, and of course, Shockwave Delta is going to make an appearance, and we'll preview a little bit the next upgrade for the chain, which doesn't have an exact timeline yet. But of course, Shockwave Delta, as we said, is coming next week. Dang, that came fast. So a little bit of everything there. Last year at Cosmoverse, I got on stage. I just talked about privacy. If people haven't seen that keynote from last year, it was just all about the importance of Web3 privacy and why we need to prioritize building protection. And here we are, a little bit later, and the Tornado Cash news has come out, and clearly Web3 privacy is under more threat than ever before. That is not something I anticipated when I spoke on this last year, but if you go back and watch that keynote now, the points are evergreen. It was really important to show that this is something we should all care about. It was important to show that Secret has taken this seriously since 2015, since the first white papers were written by Guy. This was all stuff that we foresaw, but we couldn't, we didn't know exactly how or when or how fast. But we just wanted to make sure the Cosmos universe cared about this, that the Interchain universe knew that this was something we could differentiate on as an ecosystem, leveraging the power of Secret in all of these cross-chain applications for every chain. So this year with Cosmoverse, we want to show how that dream is becoming reality. Hopefully you already care about privacy. You already care about why we need native privacy for Web3 technologies so that they're empowering and secure. And then hopefully then by the end of the presentation, you'll understand how Secret specifically is playing a role in that, how we intend to continue playing a role in that, And I know there's a lot of other builders in the Cosmos who care about privacy who are going to be down there on the ground in Medellin as well. So we're really looking forward to talking more with those teams like Penumbra and NIM and making sure as an ecosystem, we're all moving the ball forward. And I think this is somewhere that the Cosmos universe can outcompete any other L1 ecosystem, period, full stop, because of how many people are building in the ecosystem for privacy by default. So I don't mean to sound like I'm on stage just yet. I got a week or two to warm up for this, but that's a little bit of a preview about about what you can expect to hear on stage. And I'm glad that it'll all be recorded, streamed, etc., because not everybody can fly down to Colombia. But for those who will be there, that's what I'm excited to shed some more light on.
Hey, Tor, one thing I forgot to mention, we were talking about the developer workshops at both places. I didn't mention what the topic was, and that is kind of silly. So basically, the workshops are focused around building a decentralized Netflix on Secret, and Tom from Secret Labs will be hosting that, and just kind of walking through the do's, don'ts, how's, the what's relevant to it. But I think it's kind of a cool idea, if you have some sort of decentralized streaming service. So I just wanted to let everyone know about that. Sorry about forgetting.
All good. No. This is an opportunity that we have in New York, and another opportunity yet again in Colombia for devs. We're prioritizing everyone in these ecosystems as much as we can. Not everybody in these ecosystems is an experienced developer who's looking to make their career in Web3. And for that, come by the conference, become a secret agent, attend the party. There's so many ways to just engage and drive adoption of Web3 technologies forward that have privacy by default, even without having to go and commit to building an entire application or company around these concepts. But for those of you who are taking that leap, just know that Secret is trying to be an incredible home for you for the long term, and that we intend to be working very closely with developers for the decades to come, making sure that their applications are sustainable, that they are highly utilized. At the foundation, we try to support all the dApps in the Secret ecosystem so that they can reach global adoption and reach global scale. And that's a long path to walk, right? Not a lot of Web3 technologies have yet really achieved that level of adoption that we're aspiring to. We're very confident that building in the Cosmos is step one, and then building privacy by default is step two. But so much comes from giving proper developer support, making sure users are discovering these apps. That is all the focus for us for the rest of this year, next, and probably every year after. We're about halfway through this call, which means it's time to remind everybody about our claim code for today's Secret Badge. Secret Badges are free to claim, free to mint NFTs that you can win or earn just for attending things that you already are attending. So today we do have a Secret Badge like we do for every Secret Spaces. We have a pinned tweet here in the space. Go click it, check it out. It has a link directly to today's Secret Badge that proves you were here supporting the Secret ecosystem, supporting the people who are speaking. And today's claim code, since we just finished talking about it, is Cosmoverse, Cosmoverse, all caps, all one word, Cosmoverse. Put in the claim code, it will let you mint. You just need to have your Kepler wallet attached, or if you're on mobile, you can be claiming badges now with the Pheno wallet, which just added mobile support for Secret very recently. It's an awesome experience. You can go navigate to the badge claim right in the Pheno app and connect your Pheno wallet so you can mint this badge and decrypt it and do everything you would on desktop. It's super fun. We're going to be testing a lot of that functionality out on the ground in New York and in Colombia, just showing how you can be leveraging Secret to make all kinds of great end user experiences, use NFTs as a standard, use fungible tokens as a standard. So yep, go ahead and claim your badge and keep claiming them every week. Come back to Secret Spaces, keep collecting. We love when people are passionate about the ecosystem and want to show it off. But remember, these are private by default NFTs, so you don't have to show them off if you don't want to. It can just be a record of awesome things that you've done. Plus, as Patrick mentioned at the top of the call, a little bit of private metadata here, meaning if you claim the badge, you can unlock the private metadata only visible to the owner, and you will see a preview of what we will be giving out as swag at Cosmoverse. You will get a nice sneak preview of something that not a lot of people are going to get to see. So you can be the first in the know. I think that's super exciting. Badges always, it's fun to put a little secret in them. So with that said, we've now gone through Masari Mainnet. We've gone through New York and our side party. We've gone through our birthday celebration. We've gone through the developer opportunity. Then we talked about Cosmoverse. We talked about what we're going to be speaking about there, about our booth and our swag, about badges. We're going to talk about our co-sponsored after party with the Loop team and the other superhero sponsors, including Cato and Juno. We're going to be, again, recording lots of media down there on the ground, resharing it with the community so you can see what it was like to see secrets out there in the wild. We're hyped about it. We hope you guys are too. And now that we've made it most of this way, I think it's time to open it up for audience engagement. If anybody's got questions that they have for us about these upcoming events, or if they've got any other questions about the network, or if you have an update to share, if you're building in the secret ecosystem, you're doing something that you want everybody else to know about, we can also bring you up on stage to talk a little bit about that. We always leave a little bit of time. We'll add some speakers here. Just before we turn that over, I just want to make sure, Jay, did we forget any critical details about New York City or Colombia?
Nothing that I can think of at the moment. I think we covered the conference, we covered the after party, we covered the workshop. No, I think we're in pretty good shape as far as what we had to announce.
Cool. So other people, if you want to put your hands up, or if you want to again share an update from around the secret ecosystem, feel free to. If there's anything that's upcoming for you as a secret agent, even, or if there's anything that's going to be coming up for you around the world as a representative of the network, or if there's something you've just been thinking about idly as an idea, these are always the best places to come and talk it out. Let's start with the Village DAO, and then we'll go to Skrilla.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your Tuesday discussion. I find it very informative. I'm a big fan of the secret ecosystem. There have been some challenges over the past few months with speed and other things, but I see things definitely going forward. My question is one challenge I have is I have multiple computers, and I have the same wallet on multiple computers. And what happens is it's a real challenge to coordinate the viewing keys and such on each individual computer. Is there any plans in the future to create some sort of way of consolidating that so that I don't have to export the viewing key and import it manually into the other wallets in order to see it? Is there any development in that area?
That's a great question about usability. And I don't know if Patrick, you want to weigh in on anything you might have heard from how wallets are looking to solve this. I mean, part of this is also that we're moving away in a lot of cases from just having the viewing key system and being able to use query permits where you're not just going to have to manually export these keys across devices all of the time. But I definitely understand that is a UX pain point. For people who are less familiar with the network, right? The idea behind having tokens on the network that are private by default means that nobody knows the balance unless you want them to. Nobody is revealed information unless the user consents. But that also includes the user themselves. So we have this idea of viewing keys so that a user can always generate the answer to their own questions. They can always ask a question about themselves and get an answer. What that means, though, is trying to manage this across a bunch of different wallets, across a bunch of different devices, as the UX gets a little complicated. We're not used to doing that on Ethereum because Ethereum solves this by making everything public by default to everybody. So everybody has all the information all the time. It's good from a user experience perspective. It's bad by pretty much any other definition. It's just a privacy security nightmare. So it leads to some friction. That friction is a trade-off for the security that's going to be required for Web3 to scale to global adoption. But I hear you for sure. Patrick, do you know of anything that's being done on the wallet side for this, or anything else about like the permits versus viewing key approach that's helping resolve this?
Well, there's several different wallets coming out pretty soon. I'm not sure if any of them are trying to address that specifically. I would say go on the Discord and ask that question, and I'll try to get you some answers there. I don't have anything off the top of my head, but we'll definitely try to get some answers for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I find the the support for the wallets on the secret ecosystem is getting better. I see in general, Kepler has really done over the last couple of weeks, have really done a great job. One thing I just want to say something in general about secrecy, and something that I come in a challenge with. I'm part of a crypto club of a couple hundred members, and we talk about secret often. And one of the challenges is to the right of privacy, that because you want privacy in your transactions, that you're not up to any funny business or nefarious means. And I try to explain to people is that you want everyone to know every time you spend something on your credit card, how much beer you drink, or what concerts you're going to. You know, privacy is a right. It's a right of every free society. And once you have to start making a case for that privacy, you're really not free anymore. And technology really, really gives us challenges because it gives centralized agencies a lot of power to look into your lives. And so that's one of the things I love about Secret is that number one, it gives you that privacy, but also it's broader than that. It's establishing the right to privacy. So I want to commend you all and really encourage you to keep it up and just keep on improving the ecosystem. You have a big fan over here.
Oh, I'm blown away. I mean, amazing. And thank you so much. Yeah, we're trying as an ecosystem, right? Like the most important thing to point out here is like there's no one person you can stick a finger at and say, you know, this is Secret Network. There's a lot of different contributors from the core devs at Secret Labs to all the agents, to all the dApp developers, to all the validators, right? Like they are all a piece of this vision. If we didn't have thousands, tens of thousands of people around the world already supporting exactly what you're talking about, already understanding the importance of privacy, we wouldn't have an ecosystem. We would have, you know, a Telegram group. But we have an ecosystem supported at every layer of the stack, and every layer is looking to grow.
Yeah, and that's so true because I've seen the improvement over the time. I've been working with it for, I guess, about a year or so, maybe a little less than that. And I've just seen the improvement. And as long as that improvement keeps on going, I think this is the ground floor of just a wonderful, wonderful ecosystem. Not only a technology in and of itself within the ecosystem, but a technology that other ecosystems can learn from and improve their privacy as well.
Yep. No, for sure. Well, thank you so much. And again, I'm glad you see improvement. We see it too. Of course, we're far from our goals, but glad that you're seeing the progress. The progress keeps us motivated and it keeps all of us locked in on the prize that's in the future, where Web3 becomes the empowering thing we think it should be instead of the surveillance dystopia that we're hoping it won't be.
And always keep in mind, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. So best of success. Thank you very much and have an awesome day.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you. We've also got Skrilla up here, who's one of the secret agency leads. Did you have a question or update?
Yeah, I've just got a little update for our agents in the UK. So I myself and a couple of secret agents will be attending Zebu Live in London on the 22nd and the 23rd. So it's actually at the same time as Masari, but if anyone is in the UK and is in London on those days, do give us a shout. You can at me at Secret Skrilla, or you can find me on Discord in our secret agency channel, or just tag me on general, and we'll hook up with you. We're going to be on the ground activating, recruiting agents. There's going to be special secret badges that you can mint there, and generally just hanging out in London at the side events for the conference. So just give us a shout if you're in town. We'd love to meet up.
Awesome. If you're listening and you're going to be in the area, you DM Skrilla or mention something in the Discord. Yes, Foundation and Labs are going to be on the ground in New York City and Colombia, but obviously the reaches, the tentacles of the secret ecosystem do not stop there. We are everywhere. And thank you, Skrilla, for being on the ground and proactively spreading the word about what we're trying to build in this ecosystem. It's essential to make something like this a global platform, a global community, and a global solution. Or again, we're just going to fall short on all of these adoption goals that we have for the ecosystem. We really appreciate it, which is a good time to remind people, if you're interested in hosting a secret meetup or participating in a secret meetup in your local area, that is exactly one of the things that Secret Agents is trying to solve for all around the world. There is funding available to support these types of events. Just make sure that you are looking into the Secret Agent program. Make sure you go to scrt.network/agents. You can learn how to get more involved. you can learn more about these types of opportunities. We're trying to do it more regularly, and with a lot of the COVID restrictions lifting, hopefully this is something we can iterate a lot on in calendar year 2023. In the meantime, hopefully we're coming to your area of the world. So if you haven't interacted with a member of the ecosystem, keep an eye out for us in your neck of the woods. If you have a suggestion of where you'd like to see Secret hold an event or where you'd like to see agents hold an event, again, you can always tweet at Secret Network. You can tweet at the Secret Agency. Let us know. We do track and keep an eye on these things. And that way we make sure we've got the global coverage, and that if we hold an event, we've got people ready to go, get on the ground and get some cool merch.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you are interested as a secret agent in going along to any events, we have our events and university relations working group tomorrow night. It's straight after the governance call in Discord. So that's 1500 UTC in our Discord server.
Bam. Love it. Cool. I know there's some other events that are coming up in the remainder of this year for Q4. We're still considering exactly what we're going to have the bandwidth to support. It's a big it's a big quarter of continued launches for the network. There's a lot of competing priorities. It's tough to be everywhere in the world and ship constantly. However, I do know a lot of people in our ecosystem are looking to keep hitting the ground, meeting as many people as possible, representing the community out there, whether it's the dApps or the agents or core team members or whatever else. I mean, we're trying to be everywhere we can be. But we'll let you know as our Q4 comes together. And again, if there's events that people want to suggest or regions that they want to suggest, always feel free to tweet at us, get in contact however you need to let us know about opportunities that you would really love to see Secret showing up to and supporting. And if there's any digital events that you want to see us supporting, we have some stuff in the works as well, where we're looking to host our own Secret digital event featuring the full breadth of the ecosystem. It's not this month, but soon we'll be ready to put the spotlight on all the great builders in the Secret ecosystem and many of the builders from other ecosystems who support us, whether that's others in the privacy community, others in the Cosmos community. We want to make sure we feature the full breadth of the Secret ecosystem and the essential collaborators that we have towards achieving our vision. So stay tuned for more information about some of these digital events, so that no matter where you live in the world, you can learn more about what we're trying to do. You can interact more directly with all the great teams supporting the network, and you can learn more about how you can directly contribute and get rewarded. So with all that said, we've got about 10 more minutes before the top of the hour. If there's any other questions that people have out in the audience or any other updates that people want to give, again, from around the ecosystem, just raise your hand. We'll try to bring you up here, and we'll take it to the top of the hour if we have those questions or updates or anything else at all. Otherwise, we'll cut it a little bit early, and we'll go get this episode produced and uploaded up to the Secret YouTube, where you can see all of the previous Secret spaces. Before we log off here, I will remind one more time that people should go ahead and claim their Secret badge, because it does include a preview for Cosmoverse and the special swag that we're going to have there on the ground. It's in the private metadata, though, so you won't know about it unless you claim this badge, and we're not just going to tell you. So you'll have to go click the link in Secret Spaces right now. It is pinned to the top. Click through to the Secret badge. You can claim it using a very fun code. The very fun code is Cosmoverse. All caps, all one word, COSMOVERSE, Cosmoverse. And you can claim your badge, decrypt the metadata, and see what's inside. You just need a secret wallet address and a Kepler wallet on desktop, Fina on mobile, to be able to unlock this. We got one more person with a hand up. I'm going to bring Gus up here, but don't forget to get that badge, because they will not be claimable in the future. They are only claimable for now if you attended the space. Go ahead, Gus.
Hey everyone, how you doing, Tor?
Very well. It's good to have you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at keeping up on the community. Some people, I do a lot on Twitter, but as far as Anons and Discord, being an agent, I'm pretty rotten at it, I gotta admit. But I'll be in Medellin at the conference, so if there's any way I can help you guys, let me know. I missed most of this spaces, so I'm going to try to catch up on some of the Telegram stuff, and if there's anything you want me to know, just let me know. That's all I got to say.
looking forward to seeing you on the ground. I mean, that's kind of what we heard from a lot of people in Austin as well. I'm a super busy person. I don't always do what's available to do in the community because I'm a busy person. And again, the secret community is not just composed of a lot of people who have all day to spend on secret. It's people who are working as entrepreneurs, as people in Web2 tech, or they are leaders in politics, business, and law. They come from all corners, and a lot of them have very few hours in the day. But we do consider their support essential because it is going to take everyone working at every level of society to get these kinds of applications to have adoption. If you do have a lot of time in the day that you want to commit to the secret ecosystem as an agent, that's amazing because we need boots on the ground. We need that level of grassroots support to see these things get adopted. But even if you don't have all that time in the day, just having you keeping up on the ecosystem, being present with us in person on the ground whenever you can, or just listening into a Twitter space from time to time, all of that is meaningful. And we really appreciate every time you connect with us and every time you tell somebody about what Secret's trying to accomplish. And it's going to be a long road, but we've been on the long road since 2015. If it takes another decade, we're cool with that too. It's important enough that we're going to keep fighting for our version of the Web3 metaverse to emerge so that we don't have to live in Mark Zuckerberg's version of it instead. We got 5 more minutes till the top of the hour. I don't see any more hands here, so I think we'll let our speakers up here on stage sign off. Thank you to everybody who shared updates or asked questions. Really looking forward to seeing you guys on the ground in Medellin, on the ground in New York City. There's going to be so much good stuff to come. And we love seeing people in person. Austin was such a blast at Austin Blockchain Week and Decentral and Consensus and everything we were able to do there. And of course, our side event to celebrate the Kilroy was here secret NFT launch. So again, we look forward to everything that's coming. Thank you again to the foundation guys joining me here today. Jay and Patrick sharing all the updates from around the efforts you've been making at both of these conferences. It is a Herculean effort. The community appreciates it, and we can't wait to see the fruits of your labor on the ground, live and in person.
Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. It's a labor of love.
Wonderful. Wonderful stuff, guys. Well, thank you again so much, everybody who attended. We do this every Tuesday, just a reminder. So we will be back here, we hope, Tuesday the 20th. We will be at Masari. So someone will be hosting here, somebody who has access to a phone during our usual slot. Some of us might be in transit, but we're definitely going to try to keep this as usual. If there's an update on the timing, we will let you know. But doing something live on the ground there would be like really fun and exciting. So we'll let you guys know. Normally, these are always at 4 p.m. UTC every Tuesday. We're going to try our best to keep that timing for next week as well. But either way, looking forward to the next Secret Spaces, looking forward to our in-person events with all of you. And let us know again if you have a suggestion on where you'd like to see secrets shared next. So all good. Thank you, everybody. Until the next one, be well.